Good morning and welcome to the Crafty Canary for your tip on Tuesday. Today I'm going to show you how I'm going to take a fitted sheet where the elastic has become completely dead and non-existent anymore and refurbish it with some new elastic. Now, y'all know that I do not like to buy new things and spend money, and we are in a period of our budget and finances where we're trying to save money where we can and pay off some debt. So I have this sheet set for our bed that is perfectly good, except for the fact that the fitted sheet does not fit anymore because the elastic is pretty much shot. So rather than go out and spend all of that money on a completely new sheet set, I want to just spend money. Well, really, I'm not even spending money because I already have this roll of elastic from when I was making masks back during the pandemic. And I'm not using it for that anymore, so I just have it here for other uses. You may not have a roll of elastic sitting around your house, but elastic is going to be cheaper than buying a whole new set of sheets or even just a fitted sheet for my queen size bed anyway. So if you have to go out and buy elastic for this, I would measure the size of your mattress. Just go around or even Google what is the size of a typical queen size mattress or a twin bed mattress. Get your dimensions and buy that much elastic. Now you're going to have some left because you're going to want to stretch that elastic, because if you just did it the measurement of the mattress, it wouldn't fit. It wouldn't cinch in. So we want it to cinch in, but to be safe, get the amount of the size of the mattress, and then you'll have some left over to make, maybe a mask or something if you want to. But anyway, so what we're going to do is I am going to use brown thread today just so that you can see it and what the stitch is going to look like when I'm done. But I would suggest if you have white elastic that you use white thread. It's not going to show because I'm going to do this on the inside, and then of course this is the fitted sheet. It's going to get tucked under the bed, so it's not going to show, but I'm going to use brown so that it matches my sheet at least. But like I said, if I was just doing this for myself, I would use white to match the elastic, but I want you to be able to see the stitch. And I'm going to go on the inside of the sheet. Now what this sheet already had was probably about an inch or maybe a little less piece of big elastic, and it's folded over the raw edge of the sheet. And this is just about 1/4 or 3/8 of an inch piece of elastic that I'm going to sew on the inside. So I'm going to start at one of the corners, one of the seams, and I'm going to pin my elastic to the existing elastic there on the inside of the sheet. And then I'm going to use a zigzag stitch. So I'm going to do my machine. It's already set that way from the last thing I was sewing. So I'm going to do, oh, actually it's not. I'm going to do a zigzag stitch, and I'm going to do it probably about a length of 3, and make sure that this setting is on zigzag as well. And I'm going to stitch what I've got pinned right there at the beginning, and then I'm going to stretch. And really, you don't have to be precise on this. As long as you stretch it and it is smaller than the measurement of your mattress, then it's going to fit. So we don't have to be exact. We don't have to be precise. We just want to stretch it a little bit as we sew. So let me sew and show you how that works. So my cameraman is at school today, so I'm having to get a little creative with my close-up shots here. So forgive the shadows and just try to see a little bit of what I'm doing and be able to tell from what I'm telling you. But I'm going to start this. This is where I had it pinned right over the seam. And I'm going to start it with just a little bit of a stitch and a back stitch so that holds in place. But you see, I'm going to stretch it as I sew. So I'm going to stretch and sew a few stitches, stretch some more. I don't want to get too stretchy because I don't want it to be super small, but just kind of go with it and what feels right. Stretch it up. There I kind of went off a little bit, so I'm going to put my needle in and lift up and get it back on track. Again, this doesn't have to be perfect. It's for me, not for a customer. So if I go off a little bit, I'm probably not going to fix it. But if I were doing this for a customer, I certainly would fix it. So I'm going to sew this, and then I'll be right back. I'm going to pop back in to show you one more thing. I've sewn a little bit, and you can pull it forward and see, if you can see in the horrible light, that it is gathering up a little. So you can tell that it's gathering then you know you're doing it right. If you don't see that that's gathering very much, you need to stretch it more. If you see that it's gathering way too much and this is just, you know, not going to be a good fit, then you need to not stretch so much. But that's a good way to gauge that I know I'm stretching enough that it's gathering up. Okay, so as I was sewing, I figured out a couple of things that I wanted to let you know about. Sometimes we learn things as we're doing. Actually, all the time we should be learning things as we're doing and improving and growing and changing the way we do things. That's the way life is, right? But as I was doing it, I realized I may not have actually been stretching the elastic enough. I think we do need to stretch it pretty good. So we're going to stretch pretty far as we sew. And then notice here, my needle, if you can see, is not, when I stopped sewing, my needle did not stay in the fabric or the elastic. And if I pull, I might actually pull that out and mess up my stitch there. So I'm going to, if it did not go into the elastic and into the fabric, I'm going to take my hand wheel and turn the needle down so that when I stretch again, it doesn't pull out. And I find that stretching in the back is also helpful in getting and keeping straight. But one more thing, I want you to be really careful and keep your fingers out of there. I tend to get my fingers a little close, but I have been sewing for 41, almost 42 years. So if you're a beginner, go slow. Keep your fingers away from there as you stretch. Put a finger there, but then, you know, maybe stop right there so your finger is not so close to the needle and you're not endangering yourself. Now, my mother actually sewed through her finger one time, and so I'm very scared about doing that and do not want to do that. So I try to be really careful. Even though it may look like I get really close, I'm still being really careful. Again, I've been sewing for a long time. So as we come to the end now, you see we're back to where we started. I'm going to cut off my thread ends, and then I'm going to stretch it. And I'm not going to sew all the way to there so that I can cut it off. So I'm going to sew that and not completely sew all of it to the end. And I'm going to cut and then stretch and finish it off. And here's where you really have to be careful of your fingers. And then do your back stitch to get it in there good. And let me take it out of the machine and show you what it looks like. Now, I can't get you a view of the whole thing, but let me show you what the stitching looks like. Of course, kind of ugly because I used the brown thread, but if it was white, you would not see it. So if you did it the same color as your elastic, the same color as what you're sewing on, it's pretty much not gonna show. If I was doing it on just a piece of fabric and I was adding that elastic, I would probably do a white on the top where I was stretching the elastic, and then the brown or whatever fabric color I have in my bobbin, so that I would have whatever side is showing, I'd have the appropriate fabric. All right, but let's look at it, and you can see, sorry I can't give you a whole view, but you can see that it is gathered up much more than it was when my elastic was completely dead. Again, it's kind of hard to see. I apologize for my camera view here, but this is going to work so much better on my mattress. We won't be getting up every morning having to pull that sheet back under, and I didn't have to spend so much money. And this will get us by for a little bit, you know, not for eternity, not for forever. We'll eventually have to buy a new fitted sheet or a new sheet set. But this is a helpful tip to get by without having to buy something new or without having to spend so much money. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Please share with your friends and subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you back soon. Thanks. Bye.